What's our plan today? What should we do?
I think start unit 11.
Start unit 11. Right.
Yes.
So are you sure we finished unit 10? No questions?
No questions.
Can you please remind me, what did you study in unit 10? What was the last?
We studied about vocabulary, society, and social issues.
Yes, society and some social issues. Okay, did you write about social issues in your community or in your country?
No, teacher, actually.
Not yet. And Ibrahim, what about you?
Not yet. No, what teacher?
Writing. What about writing about social issues? Not finished?
Not yet. Tomorrow I will give it.
Sure, right, inshallah.
Yeah.
And you know, what
I
about
mean to teach.
test 5? Have you completed test 5? Covering units 9 and 10. Okay, so no problem.
We are going to do it today.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Please try to finish it before we meet next class, inshallah. So
Okay.
let's start unit 11. What is the main focus of unit 11? As you see, rules. This is the title. Of course, you know rules. What does it mean, rule?
Yeah.
Rules. Laws, qawaneen, systems, as you know. So in this unit, inshallah, we start with the grammar focus, as you know. We have two main grammar points, obligation and permission in the present, and obligation and the present or permission in the past. The same lesson, but how to use obligation and permission in the present, and how to express obligation and permission in the past. What does mean obligation? For example, excellent. That's it. Something you have to do. Something you must do. It's not questionable. It's not. It's a matter of negotiation. No. يعني دي كلام منتهي. سويها. Okay. إجبار عليك. طيب, for vocabulary, linking words, crime and punishment. You learn how to use linking words. I'll give you a lot of words that you can use to connect two sentences or two phrases together, and the difference between crime and punishment. For speaking, discuss new laws. You should talk about the new laws in your country or any place you want. For language live, expressing and responding to opinions and an opinion essay. This is really important to write an opinion essay, and this is one of the most, the most important writing tasks for IELTS. As you know, you are studying this course for IELTS preparation. So at the end of this unit, inshallah, you should be ready an essay, an article to express your opinion in a perfect way, inshallah. Right? So ready to start?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Let's start with listening about annoying rules. Annoying from annoy. Annoying, something disturb you, something bothered you. So what does it mean annoying?
مزعج.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes you have to do something, but you are annoyed. You don't like it.
Yeah. You don't want to do it.
Exactly. You want to do it, but you have to.
Yes.
You have to, right? That's why we call them annoying rules. So think of at least one rule that you would find in these places. Yes, who can read these places?
Me, teacher.
Yes, please, Abdulaziz.
Motorways. Classrooms.
Yeah.
Libraries.
Okay.
Swimming pools. Airports. Websites. Nightclubs. Parks. And open spaces.
Yes. As you know, you can find rules everywhere you go. Even inside your house, inside your school, you can find, of course, rules, and you have to follow them. Just give me one example,
Yeah.
Ibrahim. You can find on the motorways. Motorways means highways. Highways.
No smoking, I think.
No smoking. No smoking on
Highways.
highways. I think you are free to
Highways.
smoke.
Subway. Do you mean subway or?
No, highway. هذا الطرق السريعة.
Oh, stop sign.
Excellent. You can see stop sign. Yes, speed signs. Like, what about airports,
Speed
Ibrahim?
sign.
Yes.
I think there is no smoking, I think.
No smoking. Yes, you have to smoke in special or assigned areas. Yes. Classrooms.
Yeah. Classrooms.
Mm-hmm. Like no food.
Absent.
No. Yes, you are not allowed to be
Being absent
during the exam days. Yes, for example. طيب website يا عبد العزيز. Give me one rule you can see on the website. Any website.
like don't annoy anyone, you know.
Or to agree, you must, for example, to agree, you must read the conditions first. Right?
Yeah.
You must tick this box before you register or before you log in or you log out. Like libraries.
Like you shouldn't talk.
Yes, you mustn't talk. Silence, please.
Yeah.
Nightclubs.
I don't know.
Of course. Even me, I don't know. Type swimming pools.
Swimming.
Mm-hmm.
I think stop dying, I think.
Maybe, yes. No swimming before 6 o'clock, for example.
Yeah.
And no swimming late at night, for example. Something like that. Like parks and open spaces.
Like you can't play on the grass.
Maybe don't play on the grass. Yeah. No fire. Yes. Yeah. No fireworks. And this is on.
Yeah.
So now, listen to 5 people complaining about a rule they find annoying. So how many people? Five people. Yes. They are complaining. They are against. Yes, they are against a rule they find annoying. So which place in exercise 1 they are each person talking about, and find the photos that rules refer to. Okay? Look at the photos before you listen. You have A, B, C, D, blah, blah. You have so many signs showing rules, right?
Yes. Right.
Ready to listen?
Yes, teacher.
So listen, let me know which place can you see this rule, and which photo matches or meets with this rule. Yeah, let's listen.
Recording 1. 1.
One thing that really annoys me is when there are parks and open spaces and they have signs saying no ball games. I mean, everyone complains about children these days not getting enough exercise and hanging around on street corners and things. But then they don't allow them to play anywhere or do anything. Kids should have the right to play in public places. Otherwise, they're going to get into trouble, aren't they?
2.
One thing that really annoys me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which place?
No ball games. Parks and open places.
Yes.
Parks and open areas.
Parks and
open spaces.
Yes. Which picture?
No ball games.
No ball games.
No, picture A.
Yes.
Or D. No, sorry. D.
Yeah.
D. No ball games. Like no football.
No ball.
You know, no ball
Yeah.
games. You can see this rule. Sometimes you can see in the park. But what about Shabab? Do you agree with this speaker? Really, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes you want to play, you want to exercise,
Yeah.
but
And
you
you can't.
and you can't. Do you agree with her?
Yeah,
Yes,
I do. I do it.
Have you got the same rule in
Yeah,
places in your country?
yes. Yeah,
So you agree?
yes.
You mean children should be allowed to play everywhere they want, right?
Yeah, they should.
But sometimes you can see families, old people stay and relaxing in the park. So if you play football, for example, near them in this way, they won't be
Yeah.
safe. They will be
Yes,
annoyed and bothered.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree.
That's why
Me
board
too.
games should be played in the assigned courts. You know, find assigned pitches or places where you can exercise, play football, play whatever you want, but don't disturb other people. As you say in Arabic, يعني أنت حر ما لم تضر. يعني في مقولة بالعربي مشهورة، أنت حر ما دام لم تضر. Okay? اعمل اللي أنت عاوزه لكن ما تضر غيرك، ما تأذي غيرك. This is what we mean. That's why you should respect to other people's feelings and other people's. For example, you can go away. You are still young. You can go
Yeah.
visit other places to play. But meanwhile, the other people can't move for any reason. You know, so don't force them to leave the place because of your disturbance. Exactly. The second speaker, listen.
Me is speed cameras on motorways. I mean, everyone breaks the law on motorways, don't they? I don't even think speeding on motorways is really dangerous. I think the police should be really tough on people who speed in towns and cities, because obviously that can be dangerous. But speed cameras and speeding fines on motorways are just a way for the government to make money, aren't they? Why don't the police spend their time catching real criminals instead?
3.
What do you think?
I don't agree.
Which place?
A.
Motorways. Motorways,
motorways,
right? Which
Yes,
picture?
motorways.
Picture
A.
A. Do you agree with her?
Yeah.
Not that much. I don't agree.
You don't agree?
Yeah.
She believed that speed cameras shouldn't be on motorways, should be in town. No? Inside the town.
Place.
Should be every place.
Yeah.
For people's safety and security.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. The second one.
One rule that really annoys me is that you always have to tick the box to say that you've read the terms and conditions on a website. If you want to buy something or, I don't know, become a member of something, then you've got to tick that box, and you're not allowed to continue if you don't tick the box. And that's really unfair. And there are usually about 100 pages of terms and conditions. I mean, who reads all of that? I know I should read it, but I don't. And I don't think anyone does. And anyway, even if I did read it, I wouldn't be able to understand it. It's crazy. It really annoys me.
4.
Do you agree with this speaker? Which place is he talking about?
I think websites.
Websites.
Yeah.
Do you agree with this? This is websites rule sometimes annoying?
Not that much.
That much, yeah.
Okay, you mean you should read the terms,
Yes, of
conditions, and
course.
For your
yet you
safety.
agree?
It's usually important, you know. You have to read it.
You have to read.
But
Yeah.
let's take this one.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
your months to read.
Have you ever read this before? Bought
No.
something
No.
online?
No.
But I think once you do this, ya shabab, it's really annoying. I agree with this speaker actually,
Yeah.
because sometimes you find a long list of terms and conditions. You know, I know for your safety, but
You don't have time to read it.
Exactly. To read it, you may need 1 hour to just read it, and
it's a waste of time.
Waste of time, and they usually have the same rules, and you already know about it.
Yeah.
You know? That's why it's time consuming for you, and maybe boring.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And people prefer to shop online because they don't have time to waste. And of course, they trust the website. That's why you should, if you don't like to read the terms and waste your time reading the terms or conditions, just use trusted websites.
Yeah.
Like this. Type
Yeah.
the fourth speaker.
I think it's really unfair that mobile phones are banned in class and even in some restaurants and places. I mean, I know it's illegal to use your phone when you're driving or something like that, and that's perfectly reasonable because obviously it's dangerous. But there's no point in banning phones in schools. They're part of everyone's life now, and everyone looks at their phone if they quickly want to get some information on the internet or whatever. Okay, maybe there should be rules about what you can and can't do with your phone. I mean, obviously you shouldn't be allowed to have a phone conversation in the middle of a lesson, but it's not fair to actually ban phones.
5.
Which place, ya shabab?
It's classrooms.
Yes. Which picture?
B.
B. As you see,
B.
the student or the girl is using her phone while the teacher explaining. Right? So, do you agree with this rule, or do you agree with
No, I don't.
No,
you disagree?
I disagree.
Of course, you mustn't use your phone during the lesson. Okay? For your
because you get distracted and you don't understand.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And this way you are so distracted, and of course, for sure, you will lose a lot of valuable parts from the lesson. Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
The other one?
One thing that really annoys me is having to show ID to go into nightclubs and bars. I'm 23 and I still have to show ID to prove that I'm over 18. It's ridiculous. People say I ought to be pleased that I look young, but I'm not. It drives me mad.
What do you think? As you know, if you are under 18, you are not allowed to enter the nightclub.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I agree. Yes, this is for your safety. Yeah. As you know, visiting such places may be dangerous for you if you are young. Now you can't protect yourself, for example, right? So I agree with them. So now, listen again, and why exactly do they find these rules annoying? Which rule, if any, do they agree? I think we did this part, right? Type. Which speakers do you agree with? Which other rules and laws do you find annoying? Do you ever break rules? If so, which rules and in which circumstances? So let's start.
Teacher,
Yes.
what does circumstances mean?
Circumstances. Circumstances يعني conditions, situations. You know? Do you ever break rules? If so, which rules and in which circumstances? يعني which situations, which conditions? You know? يعني talk about your experience. Okay, Shabab. So, would you like to listen again to the 5 speakers?
No need.
No need. Like, which speakers do you agree with them? I think we'll answer this. And
Yeah.
what about the last part, Ibrahim? Do you ever break rules? If so, which rules and in which circumstances?
No ball games.
Okay.
Sometimes I broke the rule by playing.
Yes. Which circumstances? Tell us, please.
Mr. Small story.
Let's, for example, one day you went to the park with your friends and you wanted to play football, but there was a ball game or no ball game sign, and we had to break the law because we don't have
Place to play football.
exactly, you know, something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
Yeah.
Aziz, what about you? Do you ever break rules?
Sometimes.
Give me example, please.
Like one day,
Mhm.
we went to the park with my
Yes.
brothers,
Yeah.
and we wanted to play football. Okay.
Okay.
And we didn't notice the sign.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were playing, and I think a woman came to us
Mhm.
and said, told us that you are not allowed to play football here.
Yes. Great. Great.
Yeah.
So then you had to stop playing or ignore
Yes.
her
Stop
warning?
playing. Yeah.
You had to stop playing to show respect
Yeah.
to her request. Yes. Perfect. Right. Okay. Now let's come to the first grammar focus. This is the end of annoying rules. Are they clear now for you?
Yeah.
So please write a short paragraph about annoying rules in your city or in your country and explain why are they or they are annoying for you. Okay? So now let's come to the first grammar focus, obligation and permission in the present. Okay? So read the sentences about rules shown in the photos. Cross out the incorrect sentence in each group. Okay? So cross out the incorrect. Based on what? Based on the pictures. Based on the pictures, Here you have pictures from A to I think. Right? Read quickly. Read the pictures before you stuff only. Click here to show that you agree to the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
And here caution, slippery surface, like this picture. And this one, cycle lane.
What does that mean?
caution, تحذير.
What does it mean?
caution, تحذير، انتبه. يعني be
Sleep.
careful. slippery area يعني wet surface، يعني منطقة فيها
Yeah.
ممكن يصير لك انزلاق زي الولد ده في الصورة اهو. slippery. Sometimes you can enter the bathroom, for example, while the janitor is cleaning. So it's the water, the surface is wet, is slippery.
Yeah.
This is safety hazard. لا قدر الله. Okay? That's common mistake, by the way.
Yeah.
And no
teacher.
hats. Yes.
What does surface mean?
Surface هي الأرضية يعني. أرضية الحمام أو أي surface، أي مكان تمشي عليه surface. على السيراميك مثلا بنسميه surface أو floor. You know?
Yes.
No hats or hoodies. Please remove your hood, cap or helmet before you entering these premises or premises.
I don't know why.
You know?
Teacher.
Yes.
What does premises mean?
Here places
Ah.
mean places يعني special places. For example, your classroom, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes computer lab for your safety or science lab, you know.
Yeah.
Especially
Yes.
for girls, they need to tie their hair, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. So read the sentence about rules shown in the photos. Cross out the incorrect one. Number one. You have to read. Okay, you have to read the terms. You can't read the terms and conditions. Of course, incorrect.
Yes, correct.
Incorrect. Okay. That's why they crossed. You can't read it. That number one.
I think the second one.
You are not
No,
allowed.
no, the third one.
The third one, you mustn't play board games here.
Yeah.
Or you can play games here. Read it. Read it. No ball game. No ball games.
No ball games. Yeah.
ده واضح. معناها ايه؟
The first one. You can play.
معناها you can play. طبعا you can play. لا.
Yeah.
معناها you are not allowed to play
Yeah.
ball games here. أو you mustn't play ball games here. يعني the same meaning. So you are not allowed means you mustn't. The same meaning. Type number two.
You are not allowed to use your phone in
the lesson. You can't use your phone in the lesson. Well, you ought to use your phone in this lesson.
What does it mean, ought to?
You should.
I think you ought to.
You ought to. شايف البنت هي بتضحك على التيتشر. اوكي معناها she isn't allowed to use her phone in the lesson. Also she can't use, but you ought to use this one. No,
you can't
use your phone in the class.
Yes.
That's why we choose the incorrect. Choose the incorrect.
Incorrect.
احنا بنختار الخطأ يا اخوانا مش الصح.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ought to use. لكن لو هوصف الصورة دي البنت بتقول you are not allowed to use your phone أو you can't use your phone. طيب picture. What about 3?
Number 3.
The last one. You don't have to drive.
Look at the photo. This A, picture A.
You have to drive.
Means what?
You don't have to drive.
You are allowed to drive on most motorways. Well, you have to drive at blah blah blah. Well, you don't have to drive.
You don't have to drive.
You have to drive.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. No, of course no. I have to.
Yeah. No.
Okay, this is incorrect.
Yeah.
Yes. This is incorrect. Type. What about 4? This one.
You have to show ID to prove your age.
C. The C.
You shouldn't show ID to prove your age.
Exactly.
Yes, you shouldn't show your ID.
Yes, you have to show your ID. You must show ID. This is a must. But you shouldn't. No. This is no.
No, yeah. Incorrect.
Okay, so far so good?
So far so good.
As you hear, you to express obligation in the present, use different structures. So please go to page 165 to read more about it. 165, I think.
162. 162.
162. Yes, that's right. Here يا شباب, as you see in study 1, in this table we have positive, negative, and the question. Here, as you see, you can use different structures, especially you can go, you must go, you should go. This for positive. Also, you can say you are allowed to go, you have to go, you have got to go, you ought to go. As you see, you have 4 different structures used to, but the first 3.
Teacher,
Yes.
ought to means should, right?
Should,
Ought to.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but should know to, as you see. You ought to study for the test, means you should study for the test. So how many structures, ya shabab? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 6 structures, 7 structures to express obligation and permission. Right? Type you
Right. Yeah.
the same, but just write not. Like how you can't, you mustn't, you shouldn't, you are not allowed to, don't have to, haven't got to. Okay? The same, but with not. For the question also, yes, for the person, you can, for the question, start with can, should, am I
Can I go?
allowed? Do I have to go? Have I got
Have
to
I
go?
got?
You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For question, only use 5 structures. Okay?
Yeah.
For further details, how to use each structure and when, if it is necessary or not necessary. لو ضروري أو ما هو ضروري.
Okay.
You can use what? Must, have to, have got to. Something is necessary or important. In this way, you can use you must be, he has to take medicine, I've got to find. This means what, ya shabab? You must.
Yeah.
Okay, obligation.
The
meaning
important.
is very similar, but إمتى نستخدم must? Must often that obligation comes from the person speaking.
Teacher,
انتبه.
must like definitely, right? I mean, right?
Again?
Must the same as definitely, right?
Definitely. But here, ya Ibrahim, obligation. Definitely mean we use it if you have possibilities. لو فيها احتمالات. هنا ما فيش احتمالات. ده قانون ولازم يطبق.
Yeah.
You must.
Yes.
So we use must mean the obligation comes from the person speaking. Okay, زي we must be here أو we must be careful. معناها إيه؟ مين الملزم هنا؟ مين السبيكر نفسه اللي بيتكلم. معناها بقول the speaker say it's important. طب لو قلنا have got أو have to أو have got. Okay, have got to أو have to show that obligation comes from another person, not the speaker. It's a fact that this is necessary. Okay, شباب.
Okay.
فهمتوها ولا لا؟
تقريبا.
Teacher.
Again, yes.
Can I ask you something?
Sure, yes.
Have to do. They all the same. Must the same as have
The
to
same.
do, right?
But what is the difference يا إبراهيم؟ أنا بقول لك you must. هنا لما تتكلم عن نفسك تقول I must do my homework. الإلزام على مين؟ عليك ولا عليا؟ المستمع.
علي أنا.
أنت اللي بتقول أهو، أنت بتقول I must.
Yeah.
لكن لو تقول I must see my friend in the hospital. I must see my friend in the hospital now.
Yeah.
مين اللي فرض عليك تشوف صاحبك الآن؟ أنت.
إيه me.
Okay. طيب لو قلنا have to. لو أقول مثلا I have to visit my uncle today. أنت بتقول I have to معناها إيه؟ معناها someone forces you to do this. معناها إن أبوك قال لك يا إبراهيم لازم تروح لعمك اليوم.
Okay, understand.
Clear؟ زي التيتشر يقول لك you have to study. You have to study.
I mean, teacher, So have to force to, right?
Yes.
Force to.
that comes from another person. لو استخدمنا have
No.
to يا شباب have to أو have got to, the obligation comes from another person.
No.
Another person.
But must for yourself.
عندك
Yeah.
أنت اللي فرض على نفسك.
Yeah.
Okay. Also
Yes.
like this one. All young men in this country have to do military service. هنا شوف استخدم have to military service. هل هنا الشباب بمزاجهم مفروض عليهم بمزاجهم هم اللي فرضين على نفسهم ولا الدولة اللي فرض عليهم؟
الدولة.
الدولة، لذلك قال have to ما قاليش must. معناه ايه؟ the government says ده قانون من الحكومة اللي حطها لازم ينفذ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
طيب Jack's got to do his exam. Jack's got يعني has got to do his
To
exam.
do his exams.
معناه ايه؟
His teacher
His
says.
teacher said ده كلام التيتشر لازم ينفذه.
Yeah.
اوكي. لكن لو قلت Jack's must do his exam.
يعني من نفسه هو عطى الأمر
هو نفسه انا لازم والله لازم احل ده الان قبل ما اروح اخرج. وعمل برنامج لنفسه.
Yeah.
Okay. طيب there are differences of for formality يا شباب. احيانا for formality we use must for written down. For example on public notices. اوكي يعني ايه الكلام ده؟ لما اقول all visitors must report to reception. احيانا لو في written notices يا شباب او written rules تمام، في الحاله دي بنقول must. تلاقي في الفندق مثلا يقول لك all visitors must report to receptionist. اوكي. ليه استخدمنا must هنا؟ ليه استخدمنا must هنا؟ عشان دي written.
مكتوب.
مكتوبه. clear. زي مثلا in your school زي مكتوب كده you must be here before 8 o'clock. You must be here. ليه؟ لأن لما مكتوبة.
Yeah.
اوكي. طيب
Okay.
another one يا شباب. ها. Also we
Have
use
to and
have to أو خلي بالكم ما اقولش have to، لا have to. انتبهوا من النطق يا
have to.
شباب. have to يعني الفاء دي تنطق فه لكنها فاء f. have to.
Have to.
don't say I have